And we begin again. So I was looking for more people on the beach. Also, traps. Why not? Oh yeah, and I never talked to the other guy. Cape the Fascist? Oh wait, he just they just left. They were here before I exited the game. Strange. Oh well. So there's also Liliane. Could Liliane be Ruby? She does appear to be boyish. And it would be not that hard to pretend you are a fisherwoman. Just talk the village residents there into it. Okay, traps. Land's End, never been there. It's up north, I think. Morale just set up in the cryptozoologist camp. Oh, so just the one that was setting up here?
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But the reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside. Man, it's lonely doing this alone. The wind seems to howl in a strange manner.
Stop reminding me of Kim. I know it sucks. Check the trap. The canal crossed southeast of the village. The shot couldn't have come from here. Trees blocked the way. Oh, there we go.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you.
Forlorny. I don't exactly remember what this word was, but it was used a lot in Sunless Sea. I think forgotten, maybe? Abandoned, neglected, deserted. Yeah, almost. Reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
La monstrosité. Where am I going to establish la responsabilité already? Wait, Oh, that's a waterlock. Okay, the World's End is the last one. Land's End. The World's End is the movie of Edgar Wright. The third one in trilogy, Cornetto trilogy. I don't know why, but it also reminds me of Dark Souls. There's just how everything is so neglected and grim here. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you. Yeah, also we need to check the sniper nests. I actually don't exactly remember. So one of them was on the other island, one in the Land's End, and another boardwalk for bullet traces. So this is a boardwalk. Oh, there was something on the roof. I mean, it would make sense if she hides in this building. She could have made. I mean, one of her people could have made a shot from here too, if it's possible. Okay, what about in here?
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package.
Just
and a
pick
crumpled
up the
tobacco
tear.
wrapper in the trash bin. Two
It's
empty
fine.
bottles. No, the
Nee. I guess I could read the children's book now when I'm not on drugs anymore. Can waste time.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, "A primer for small kids." There's a bear involved.
What is primer? I guess it's a book for children. Just another word for it. Exactly what I need.
This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
On what?
The alphabet.
Flip through the pages.
Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows. A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete.
Not bad.
H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Yura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
Yeah.
Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for Ustava. Z is for zenith.
Is Ustava even a word in English? Why would you put it in the children's book? I mean, why would you put any of that in the children's book except Homeboy? That's it?
That's it. You know the alphabet now.
Yeah, easier to remember too. Conceptualization didn't say anything. In what is called the IL, the international language developed by scientists from Grad in the 20s, sinus means sign, for example. There's not much boardwalk left. So where is this spot then?
The once bright somewhere in Martinez.
Hello again.
But I've been back on another boardwalk. I haven't found anything too. Mortar? Yeah.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Can I try to get in through, though?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable. But I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Nothing more to do in here then. So this is it? No boardwalk? No, actually. Bullet traces. What if there's no bullet traces? I also need to keep a point, maybe, for when I do drugs, so I could put it in perception. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast.
Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. Huh. I wouldn't call it a treasure, but... also has 3 charges. Alright. Nice, that's actually not bad. So this is thanks to my perception. A really good skill. Oh, you could... was it open before? I swear. It wasn't. Is this the world's end? I mean, land's end. It's not even taking a lot of patience to do this. Who's this?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption.
Are you
in her
Ruby?
hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Your child is freezing. Where is your hat?
Huh?
She looks up at you, distracted.
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you could have a hat on.
So should you.
Shit, you're right. Come to think of it, I should. Where would I get one around here?
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look man, fuck the hat.
She pauses to think.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Oh shit, it's a red check. I can't really back out and use drugs or do a boost. It's probably going to fail anyway, so let's just get along with it. Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. What's your name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
Eiselberger.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
I mean, she's tinkering with the electronic devices too, so it also fits. What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What? Yeah, any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
Does this have anything to do with the contact mic?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
She's confused. No, I mean the boxer contact mic.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
Contact mic doesn't just beat people up. Contact mic is a role model. How does that thing work? Where did you get the mic from? How does this thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Me too. It means I'm hip beyond my years. Yeah, show her the notebook with the sticker on the smiley face. I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room. I mean, yeah, you can't really take away that. Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Is this what I need speakers for? that I can buy for 50 real?
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Jacket. Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
You said it's supposed to be the music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
She nods toward the church. The boys, season 3.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriends hold?
Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
She squints her eyes a little. Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
It's probably amphetamine. It makes you feel impervious to the elements, but doesn't actually make you any less cold.
Why? Why can you take it? What?
I got my recordings to do. I feel better outside.
Why can't you take it? No, whatever. A wave breaks close by and covers her in the cold spray. Want my jacket?
No, man, fuck that. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
Such a poor voice acting, honestly. Like in the middle of the sentence I didn't get what was happening. Alright then.
She's shivering a bit.
I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Ooh, what is this? The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. You seem surprisingly... Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for Nordic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. Mournful, doleful. What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Electronic instruments? Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
Also, I completely forgot about that computer back at the abandoned building. We needed a password. And there's no task to get this password, which is strange. I wonder if there's anything new we can do with that. I still have the card, this like a flash card, but not really.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes. This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness, or something finer?
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it.
She nods towards the sloping mass of wood on the coast, then shivers.
Hey, you're a cop.
Her black eyes widen. Yes, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
You should help me to get in somehow. I'll talk to them.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
Did you put the padlock on the church door?
No.
No?
Not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
Okay, if you personally didn't, then who did?
Yeah, you know, that's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door.
Wait, is this Noid a friend of yours?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell you.
I really don't like her, like, underacting. I see what's happening in the text here. Like, she starts speaking, like, in the zone. Like, she speaks to her friends, and then forgets, and then, like, stops, I'm sorry, and then goes for a more normal talk. But in her, like, when she reads it, it's just reading from a fucking sheet of paper, honestly. That's annoying. Enough about the church, then I had another question.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why is that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Fast and clean, a good one. Can't quite say it's a lie, but it feels like one. She's better at lying than she'd like everyone to know.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
It's getting darker. Look awestruck. Who are these rich people? They sound wonderful. I'd like to be one too. I bet they're really rich. They must be very special people to be so rich. Let me guess, these rich people are not from around here. Strange, the existence of rich people does not stir any emotions in me. The last two are just the same. Let me, Lennon whisper. Let me guess, these rich people are not from around here.
Aren't they? I thought they were as vachalaire as any of us, just way richer.
Oh no, they are foreign bodies, agents of international capital. You only need to look close enough. Okay, I guess I have no idea if they are, so this is not where I wanted to go with that.
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages.
So what trouble you've gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Wait, what is in Forborg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
No, I literally can't remember even the most basic terms sometimes.
Okay. It's a huge ghetto just south of Jamrock.
Why did you need to move out at such tender age?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
You know what? I think you really learned something from all those times. You've been questioned. Some of your lies have been pretty good. I get that. I'm a major party animal myself. Major. Drinking, partying, and disco music are bad for you. You should take me as a warning example. I get that. I'm a major party animal myself. A major.
Alright.
She smiles a little without meaning to. Icosahedral red eyes. Dice. Die. Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
That's it.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
Omicron. So you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age or at any age in this weather waiting for to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It is easier to live within their failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It is not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
Her teeth rattle. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now, as an equal. a fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me? There is nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
Shaking the doors. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. They took our jobs. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. People are just putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you've got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing.
So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress.
I don't know why there was no real lines there, like, for example, not remembering your wife's name or your past completely, or being a complete alcoholic and a fuck up. It's just like very broad themes. No, that's probably not it, is it?
No, it sounds like you just got chick issues.
Found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it. What? What letters? The child book? Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the the letters, the letter. I remember only one letter that he read from his wife, and that's it. So there were more letters? They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
First, they had just the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it under the shit. They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good. I can't do both, I guess. They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, and that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
She rubs her sides for warmth. Come to think of it, the whore could have written them to her lover. Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly or otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I mean, it's not really a selective memory, but he might be blocking that more hard. Because he just didn't remember even basic things about the world after that night. I think it's more about me getting unbelievably drunk. I completely erased all memory of this world. Actually, telling her that might undermine my character a bit. Let's go for it. So much people know already.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
She thinks for a second, stretching her jaw. Actually, that's it for now.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device. She seems to be very out of it, so I don't think she is our Ruby, because she's just doing nothing, recording some weird sounds on the ice. The Ruby wouldn't do that. I think she would do something productive, probably.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
The what? Sounds like my stomach is growling.
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow.
Vows?
The vows are blood and flesh.
What is my lower intestine going on about? So endurance is my lower intestine?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
Oh boy. What is fascism, though?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revishal's problems?
Foreigners, financiers, leftist, academicians, liberals. I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Financiers?
Yes, them. But also, women.
Women?
Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen. That's
Nice.
what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
But am I feminist?
Feminists? No, it can't be. Not you. No one believes this.
Did you know you can forget thoughts? Go to your thought cabinet and forget all about feminism.
Whoa. I like how tutorial just telling me go fascist. Like helping me out here. Am I having some kind of stomach issue? Seizure.
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Really? Fascism sounds so bad though. What if we called it something else, like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking.
That's a little bit blatant though. But I do agree with the statement.
That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
Okay, Stomach, I've made up my mind about fascism.
You're going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota.
Absolutely not. I'm going to be played by an upset stomach. I will do that though on the other character, where I'm going to explore, just going to be a complete opposite with everything, just go with strength and dexterity instead of intelligence and psyche.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
Painted with the pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Oh wait, is this Joyce? Or is this Captain Sparrow? Can't see. What the hell? I need to go around maybe. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Oh, shortcut. It is like Dark Souls.
A vein of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up.
The hell is Eternite?
Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
Looks like a makeshift bridge, currently drawn up.
Push the Eternite over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
This is someone home away from home, just like yours. Oh, new level? Yeah, I'll keep this one. Also, why there are pluses in here? Just as if I could add points to them.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
What's happening with his face? Just like red spots on it for some reason? This guy is really going for it. No, the other guy is the mage. The shaman.
This is my posse. Noid.
A pussy?
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead.
Pussy and an egghead.
Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably hypnotic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted? Your friend Asiel said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good, good.
He nods.
He's not as glad as he would like you to think. There is concern in his voice.
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Histrionics? Theatrical performance. A play, a show. Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on the screw and then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put matinees on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Reversholt.
Strike that. The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I'm a bit of a dopehead myself. Yeah, it's a little bit hypocritical. Oh, I want... I don't know. Should I really go for it? I feel like he's also trying to manipulate me somehow. I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dope heads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Not to mention that these guys are drug users too, so... I'll make up my mind later. Oh, look into it, tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Axel told me that I guess I could do all of them, right? Axel told me the Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
Well, if there is a padlock, how do they get in? Isn't problem solved now?
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Oh wait, they are locked in there. Oh, I need a key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Again. Be the cool cop, catch the keys as it flies toward you. No, I'm just letting it fall. And pick it up like a normal adult person.
Noid watches you pick up the key with a smirk.
How long have these people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
A week? How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop, now would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you.
You can stop buttering me up now, thank you.
Oh, okay. I won't do that anymore.
He nods his bleached spiked head. Right, other questions?
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
He leans in for emphasis. Again, he's not playing it well, too. It's like, well, there's also the machinery. Like, it's... Come on, just change your voice a little.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Wires into water? What could it be?
Andre, tell him about the feeling. Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
What?
No, the other one. Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg. Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Is that going to be a pale emanator?
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman, red hair maybe, a lorry woman.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
What do you mean, why not?
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark signs.
The other one ants. So which one is it?
What Noid said.
So brown and older, Ruby might have dyed her hair, though it seems like a stretch at this point.
Why not? Because we knew that she constantly dyes her hair, so if she wanted to blend in, why not to paint it brown? What was that about some thing watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
What? A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Crab people,
It was stalking
crab
a cell,
people.
exhibiting ambush behaviour.
It was talking and still average behavior.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
He furrows his brow.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes on the church. Who are these ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a Meteoran name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
I mean, the founding party, I think, is supposed to be the religion, like this international religion, which involves the innocence. Before we go on, what do you mean by Meteorian? Meteoran? I mean, I shouldn't mask it. I should get more questions in to know more. Before we go on, what do you mean by Meteoran?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning
Meteoran.
Meteo.
Meteo.
Meteo, a country on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
Mundi? Muindi. He looks at you, squinting his eyes to see if you're kidding.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos by Percentic.
Oh, the founding party, I do know them, but can you refresh my memory?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church. They sound exactly like the kind of who would want loud anodic music in their church. It doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church.
You're totally wrong about that.
He shakes his head.
The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance!
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore!
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will not break into dance. Will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoyed a bit, and quite understand what you are talking about. What's a posse? Oh, I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
I mean, yeah, Kim is my pussy. It sounds like you are just saying random things. Love pussy and makes noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friend gets mysterious. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Enjoy the beat?
Feels good.
That's it? Okay. I now understand it was lame of me to just suggest otherwise. Nordic music is about love, and so is a Pericanassian church. I actually have no idea. No, this is too much. No sane organization would want this level of absurdity in their church.
That's pretty downbeat. I think I speak for all of us when I say we expected the law to be more open to the idea of love, unity, and the Pericarnassian posse.
I'm sorry the law doesn't share your vision.
Well, we're sorry too. So, you got more questions?
He pauses for a moment.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your
Oh, wait.
body to start
He had an
moving.
animation
His
of dancing.
expectation is fierce.
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
I had to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid? No.
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs.
They might be cooking drugs.
It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
What's with all the nose I fed?
The what now?
He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The nose I fed, Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
He nods energetically.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. I could use a smoke before I do it. It's a white. Check 2. Or I could just use upgrade logic after. If it fails. I mean, I could do it as a backup. That's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
I'll talk to more people.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're going to keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
What the? Solve the egghead puzzle. There has to be some way to talk to this person. You just haven't found it yet. It's definitely not about signs. What if you just try again? Find your way out of this maze of things to say.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling in Rags hostel.
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feverish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore!
Is it though?
It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chick's checker. Yeah!
Ugh.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large Biodero boots. Long-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! Hardcore!
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
So this is the famous Van Eyck I'm hearing.
You know about him?
He moves his mouth, but the sound doesn't come out. His eyes are the size of saucers. Looks like you've rendered him speechless.
He's overcome with some mysterious emotion. It's not merely adoration for what a hard cop you are, either. It's more. Could it be gratitude?
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, I'm a major egghead.
Wow!
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I!
He begins to shake his head so everyone would understand.
Oh! Is that why they call you Egghead? Because...
Andre almost falls over backward from the realization.
Egghead to the mega! The K became the G! The boy became the man! The Advent? We're close.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large... okay,
True,
the same.
hard, full, hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
Oh, right.
Here comes the night! We're close. True, hard, hardcore! Hardcore is internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in rags hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
I am beginning to think this really doesn't have anything to do with the case.
It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel. We're close. True. Hardcore is internally. Good morning, yeah.
While
1, 2, 3.
Yakokata is a
Yakokata,
catastrophe
the place to
zone,
be.
a desolate wasteland, it can be the place to be.
Yakokata is a hardcore place.
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth. Intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
It's not really a puzzle.
True, hard, full, car, hardcore.
If it's just going to be
Hardcore is
this.
internally coherent.
All car, all right, yeah.
Please tell me, what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
2 on the track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally
All car, all right, yeah.
Gotta get the people go. Yeah. Request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. We're close. True. Hardcore is internally coherent.
All car,
Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What a party boy.
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Katla, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
We're close. True. Hardcore internally.
all car.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question? We're close. True. Hardcore internally.
All car,
He furrowed.
Hard. The question is.
Just
what
answer
is
that
the
question.
But there was no question.
Duh.
We're close. True. Hardcore internally.
all car.
He furrowed.
Hard. Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life. We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah.
This
Shit.
young, or maybe it's not Gotvalian. Maybe it's Oranese.
Yeah.
Probably
The Y to the E to the A 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 to the G to the H to the exclamation mark. Yeah.
he missed one A.
How do you know? You missed an A there. I yelled mine with a 6 A's, so you have to yell it with a 6 too.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker. I am the law. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is a mega. Internally coherent.
All car.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Is it though? What is it? I mean really.
What? Oh, so I got in here. That wasn't here before. Because I would have pressed it. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment. Then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop!
For a moment, you almost think he's going to put the tape player down, but that would be ludicrous.
I think you might be right, but how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspicious like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question? Try to think if anything could make it hardcore. Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra. Drugs? I can't help you with that right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
He's not even the slightest bit disappointed. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
So you're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
But not to be a communist, having extreme views on issues is the terminal to understanding all sides.
Oh sure, I can do that! If you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
Please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, hardcore moralist. Be a moralist, egghead. The bonds needs your help.
Aye!
He yells. You guess Egghead is a moralist now. Does that mean you are a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as thought reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
But I was thinking reversion imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too.
Tell me something else, Egghead.
It's time to compromise!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide, shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Obviously, one shouldn't get too hasty with their decision making.
I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic, but it'll have to do for now.
So your real name is Jermaine?
Dark-Cod Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead! Basically, yes it is.
Why are these their lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
L'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. 'Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
He suddenly yells and the world seems to stop. Alright, goodbye Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes of the Speedfreaks' too large sweater in front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears.
This young speed freak seems to know a lot about signs. Could he be the techno-tinkerer you're looking for? His look is intensely suspicious.
Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on a padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Why describe it if you already know what I mean?
So I can hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things.
Noid, don't bother our guests with your games.
Piss off, Andre. Me and Mr. Cop are trying to discuss art.
You shouldn't talk like that.
I don't mind a little foul language here and there.
Cool. The ban on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily function so they can control us more fully. Anyhow, what was the sticker like?
Produce your ledger and show him the sticker. I think they will respect me more for it.
Oh wow! Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
That's what it is. It's super stupid. I think it reminded me of myself. Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more.
What's it supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Okay, just a bunch of nonsense. What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
You come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Palaceum. The beat is the same for all.
I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
Well, I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs alright now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
He examines the small metal bolt in his hand. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery.
Yeah, it seems to be fitting well with the pale emitter theory.
Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachol's sister revolution on the Gran Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural, so you think it's real? That it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights,
There are
that
among
kind of
us.
stuff.
The changelings? The things? Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Could you use your sign sense to help me contact Coalition worship?
Don't think so. Big bad frequencies are extremely negative. Thought suppression, dream implantation, memory revision. Pretty out there stuff. Not sure I want to get involved with it.
There is fear there, but also curiosity. He just needs a reason to help you.
Besides, our own signs aren't even synced yet. So how am I supposed to get you synced up with a big bad? It don't make any sense, lol lover. Nah, you heard me.
Okay, I'll come back later. Alright. That took some time. It's soon going to be dark. Alright, I'll take a break now. My voice is cracking, I don't know why. Hopefully it won't get too bad. I need my special cop voice. Well, see you around.